Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I was thinking about my beloved grandmother, my dad's mom, and my beloved grandmother, my mother's mom. But my dad's mom, I'm telling you, she didn't have much. I remember her having a candy store. It was a store in her house. When you walk in, instead of a living room, it was just shelves of stuff. She had a store in her house back in the day. And it was so much fun out there at my grandmother's house. She didn't have much, but what she had, she shared. My grandmother was love. My grandmother taught me about God. She taught me the Lord's Prayer. She made sure I said it before I went to bed. And she shared everything she had. She gave you anything she had. And like I said, she didn't have much, but when you left out of her kitchen, you was full. She was and see, that's a legend. All legends aren't famous, but I'm telling you something, she's famous to me. She's famous in my heart. And I carry her legacy on and what she taught me. She taught me that God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that message rang true to me. And God's truth is love. That is the truth. And so, yes, we're going to march forward with the truth. Love and forgiveness on our sleeve. Love for one another. Love enough to make a difference. Love of the earth that God blessed us with to try to take care of the earth. Love to try to be the change, to make the difference, to lift the world, to pull us up out of oppression. Love. That's love. That's God. So as we grow, yes, we can. Yes, we are. Yes, we are lifted. We are being uplifted. God is uplifted. God is blessing us, honey. God is blessing us as we grow. God is helping us as we grow. I'm seeing blessings. I'm seeing people being lifted. I'm seeing change. My own daughter. Change in my own daughter as she grows. Because we were having a time with her. And I just thank God that she is now, it's a daily journey. That's why people fall, because they think that God is just one day a week. It's a daily journey with God. You and God to the breakthrough. That's it. Let God guide you. Let God lead you. Let God show you. Let God take you. Let God carry you. Because, see, you can let the evil carry you, honey, but the evil gonna drop you. You just another soul. I'm telling you, that evil counts us up for slaughter. So we're here to love and win souls for God on God's battlefield. See, because it's always been good versus evil. But I'm going to tell you one thing. God is a greater force than the evil of this earth. So we got to grow forth in God, making a difference, showing God, representing God. That's what we represent. Represent all the colors. All the colors is God. God created all of us. We just all different. We're all different on the outside, but we same on the inside. I can use your lungs. I can use your liver. I can use your heart. You can use my blood. We can swap it up because it's in righteously in God. So see, that's what I'm saying. There ain't no difference. You can't put your clothes on no different than I do. We both step in the pants. So that's what I'm saying. Nobody's no different. We just different. We different like that. We different skin, one love, one God who created us. We got the same Father. That's God. Different mother. Same Father, that's God. God is the creator, honey. So, break it down like that. Because you got an earthly father and you got a heavenly, spiritual father. And that's God who created you. God is good. God then gave us a plan. And here we stand. Here we grow. Here we rise. Here we sow. And as we sow, we continue to grow. A sweet sauna of love. That's what we're trying to maintain. That's what we're trying to gain. That's gaining. A sweet sauna of love. Who want evil all around them? Who want to be surrounded by evil except evil? So we got to drive the evil and hate out and make the world great. Don't nobody want to live around evil. You want to live around peace, and joy. And God, that's what God is. God is not depressing. God is not something to cry about. God's not something, just to go, woe is me, and just cry to the Lord, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't even none of me no more. God, I don't even reckon I don't know what I would. That ain't none of God, honey. God said, get up. Rise, my sister. Rise, my daughter. Rise, my brother. Get up. It's time to rise, honey. Turn that frown upside down. Turn it over. Flip it. Smile the sweet, beautiful smile of faith. Because, see, that's what God looking at. I'm telling you something. It's some people who are so worse off and who still trust and believe in God. It don't even turn out the way they wanted to. Look at the beautiful Anne Frank. But she kept her faith and hope in God for tomorrow. For me. So I can carry on her legacy. And I am. Not only am I going to carry on her legacy, I'm going to carry on her name. In honor of her. The beautiful Anne Frank. I'm telling you, honey, what a wonderful human being that God blessed us with. God has blessed us with some beautiful spirits. Humble, beautiful spirits. And I'm telling you something, the humble and meek shall inherit the earth. I'm telling you, they spirits are growing on. The spirits are not resting, honey. They ain't over there asleep while all this evil is up doing. Just resting and sleep. Just tired of all the evil. We can't even go to sleep. We can't rest. How you rest? Some of you sleep with the TV on. I used to, because everything was breaking. Y'all want to be there when it broke. So the TV stayed on. Thank God for that. See, God knew what he was doing. I don't have a TV now, but the neighbor's TV is so loud, I might as well have one. I know what they watching, what movie, I'm telling you, it's like that, honey, but I go to sleep. God give me the peace enough to go to sleep because I'm used to falling asleep to a TV. And that's crazy, but I'll tell you, God is good, and I'm just thankful, honey. All around this lighthouse is noise. There's noise everywhere. As soon as I just forget. I said, forget it. I started talking over the morning because they had got started already. It's 9 something. They already got started. I get started early, and it goes usually all day on into the afternoon. And then there's some other noise out there. I'm telling you, honey. But inside this 100-year-old house, it's some pretty thick, solid walls. And I stand up here in this lighthouse and beam the light, beam the light out to the world and tell you to keep growing in God. A ship lost in uncharted water, it's okay. God got you anyway. Just go ahead and go with God. God, let go and let God. Let God tell you when, I don't know, let God tell you when it's time to pull up the anchor and sail. When it's time to go. I don't know. You got to lean over to God, honey. See, you can sit there and tell me your problems all day. Then I can get on the phone with the next one, and they tell me their problem. Then I get on the phone with the next one. Honey, I don't understand how a counselor do it. I couldn't listen to everybody's problems all day long. I don't know how you got time. You get paid to do that? Okay. Well, honey, I can't do it. And then got to worry about my own stuff. See, I tell them, give it over to God. See, if I was your counselor, that's why I tell you. It would be a very short counsel. Give it over to God. That's the way to do. See, because you can sit here and tell me what he do, what you do, how y'all do, and what you gonna do, how you doing it. But really, I don't even need to know all of that. See, as you can see, I've been growing for over a year. And, honey, I'm telling you something. I don't need to know nobody's problem. I had enough of my own. I know all about the oppression, drug abuse, drug addiction. I know all about that, saw that firsthand. I can tell you anything, man and woman, man, God gave you a great mind. Okay, you stand out there with a sign. You see there's another sign over there. Put that sign down. There's a sign down there on the road saying not hiring. Put that sign down. Or you take that sign in there with you and show them that you really is looking for a job. You stand out there holding this classified ad. So you looking for a job, so take that ad with that ad and put the ads together. See? And now you got something. I'm telling you. There you got two together. There you got something. You got a man looking for a job. You got somebody with a sign out. So, 2 people with a sign. Put them together. So you got to show people how to do things. Teach a man how to fish. Teach him how to fish. Don't just hand him a few dollars. That ain't going to sustain him. Teach him, go take him and buy him an interview outfit, to go get the job in the interview. Tell him a couple of nice questions, what they going to ask him. Well, tell me about yourself. Tell them what to say, because they want to hear about the job. They don't want to hear about your ways. They want to hear how you going to help them on the job. How you going to lift this company up? How you going to better this company? What kind of asset are you? What? You got to sell yourself when you going for an interview. That's what it is. You just selling yourself. They don't want to hear about your hobbies and different things that you want to do, your goals and dreams. Honey, you ain't there for that. You there for that job. So go in there and get that job and tell them, I want the job. When can I start? After you get done talking, when can I start? How soon can I start? Well, I'm available Monday. Can I start Monday? I'm ready to go. I'm looking for a job now. I want a job. I'm ready to, honey, please. I would ace every interview I went to. And even told my daughter, she asked me, I wrote down some questions for her and told her to study. That's what they're going to ask you. She went in there and aced that job, got the interview and got that job. Honey, it's selling you. You selling yourself. That's what they want to know. Not a bunch of lies, but what can you sit here and do for us? What can you do for this company? So do your research on the company and make sure that's what you want to do. Where you want to be at, where God got you. Go with God, honey. Get the job that God wants for you. Because your purpose here on this earth is to live, is to help. Be a help. Be somebody, be a lifter. If you can't use your life to make a difference, to help someone, what's the point? If you just hear all about you and yours, really, and then you ain't even about yours, you just all about you. What is it? What is the goal? What is the end? What is the end result? What you expect to do in the end with all this money? Because I'm telling you a story. I believe it's true. A man asked a woman, his wife, he said, when I die, I want to be buried with all my money. She said, okay. When he died, she wrote him a check and put it in the coffin. So he had all his money. So I'm saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. I'm telling you, so we got to do it in God. We got to grow. I'm telling you out there chasing the paper, chase what's on the paper, chase God. See, that make it better. Chase God. And then when you seek God, all things going to be added unto you. Because see, you out there chasing the paper, wonder why everything else messed up. God is all messed up all around me. I'm out here just chasing the dollars, God. But look, I ain't bothering nobody just chasing this paper. But see, that's what it is. You chasing the wrong thing. You got to chase God. Don't chase the paper. Chase the Lord. He even said, Dwight Eisenhower gave us the breakthrough. He said, I'm going to tell them this. I'm going to get them the breakthrough. I got a message for them, and I'm putting it on everything. Everything they want to chase the money. Every money they chase is going to say it. You look at that money. How much money you got? Let me look at it. I got 5, 10. Dang, on every dollar say, in God we... See, that's what I'm saying. He put it on. He just put it on a few dollars or $5 or $10. He didn't even put it just on a penny, a quarter. He put it on everything. So while you out there chasing that paper, my friend, chase God. Chase what's on the paper. That's why he put that on there to give you the breakthrough. That's why his legacy steady carries through. It's still carrying on. Because it carry on in me. Because I believe what he said. In God we trust. He didn't just put that on there for nothing. God gave him the breakthrough. God put the epiphany on him. He had the happening. Look, it's time. And so he said, okay, well, let's do it. We get ready to do the thing. And he put that on the money, honey. In God we trust. Not nothing else. In God. That's what he said. So, I'm telling you, honey, it's a message. It's a message, and the message ain't just coming from me. The message came before me. The message gonna come after me. In God we trust. We got to trust God. We got to keep on growing in God. God is the way. They took God out to school. When they took God out to school, I'm telling you, just went. It went there. You know where it went? It went there. It's just a mess, honey. The teachers are not trying to get it together. I love the teachers, the administrators, the principals. They work hard. And now their job is so scary because here in comes the oppression. God is gone, so here come the oppression. The oppression and came in, trickled into the school. They got school shooting. Kids ain't done nothing to nobody, but that's the way the evil come in. Taking God out, in comes the evil. Honey, we got to teach the children about God. As God is fear and respect of authority. It first starts with God. Then it comes down. That's how you got the judges, the lawyers, all these different things, but they in there doing different stuff. You got some crookedness in everywhere. You just got corruption, crookedness. It's all over. That's why you got to grow. You got to grow righteously. People want to get dressed up on one day and then try to get right for that one day. Then the rest of the week, stepping out of this, I'm going to put something else on. Honey, these my everyday clothes. These my godly clothes, my everyday clothes. I'm a keeper of my dream, honey, so everybody don't need to see the dream. So I keep the dreams wrapped up. Some dreams are not to be told. So I keep them dreams wrapped up, tied up with a bow, and keep them to myself. Let them see who I want to see. Keep my dreams to myself. They my dreams. I show you my dream. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you that I'm a keeper of the dream, and I'm going to keep the dream alive until the day I die. Genuine equality and righteousness, God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I got to go forward with that dream. That's the dream I want to portray. God is good every day. God is good, honey, and God has made a way for me to travel, to take a trip, and I'm gonna tell you about it more. But the trip it happened to be it's a dangerous trip, but it's a pilgrimage that I must make, and there is a chance I may not come back. But I'm not even gonna really. That's how dangerous it is. But God got me, honey. I don't step out in fear. I step out in faith. So God then showed me that this butterfly is going to emerge to the world and continue to emerge to the world. I'm going to put the keys up to the soul train. I'm going to put them up. I'm going to be the one to put them away. As we roll on to genuine equality and righteousness all over the world. Keep sowing the seeds of love. Keep growing everywhere. And I'm very excited. It's a trip that must be done. It must be taken. And I'm going. So it may be times that you may not hear from me. I may get in. I'm going to get in as much as I can each and every day. It ain't coming up. It'll be a little bit. So you will hear from me every day, at least for, next few weeks. And we going to work it from then. And as I'm pushing out the episodes, I want you to know this, that each episode comes out at 4 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Sometimes I push the publish button and it don't go out. One day it didn't go out till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to, go back and redo it again. So, I apologize for that. I try to get it out as soon as possible. My daily testimony, honey, it ain't no delay. I'm out here growing every day. And the podcast is grow. Grow is the most important thing in my life. Grow is my life. I live to grow. I grow to live. I got to grow anyway, so I'm going to grow in God each and every day for a better way. I got to. It ain't no other choice. It's either grow or die. Go back to the spiritual warfare over there. I'm growing on in God, honey. I got to. It ain't nothing else to do. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. That's what I'm going to do. Reach greatness with wisdom. I'm going to do it by wisdom over oppression, not with oppression, over oppression. I'm going to reach greatness over oppression through wisdom. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we going to do. Honey, I'm country as that thing. I know it. But I can talk right if I need to. But, ain't no future in your front, honey. Just be you. Be the best you in God. Be how God created you. God made me this way. I'm straight as I'm going to be, honey. I ain't straightening up no more. Now he said put a hot comb to it. I ain't straightening up no more, honey. I'm going to be I'm straight as I am. I'm straight. You hear me? I'm straight as I'm going to be. I ain't finna pretend to be something else. I'm just going to be me. Greatness reached over oppression. Be through wisdom. Be you. Be you, but be the best you in God. I love you. That's why I'm here to tell you this God silk, honey. God's truth shall go marching on.